Hey, my chosen for a reason family. So I have a question for y'all. What do you allow yourself to think about? What do you allow yourself to focus on? What do you allow yourself to meditate on? Because that is very important. Do you know that it's not your circumstances that make you miserable, it's your thoughts? If you choosing to think about all the things that a person's ever done to you, do you really think you're going to be happy? No, because you're going to just keep replaying those things over and over and over again, which is going to add to the hurt, which is going to add to the pain, which is going to add to the bitterness, which is going to add to the disappointment. It's a never ending cycle. And then you're wondering why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, because it's basically what it is that you're thinking upon. So many of us think that, oh, if I have a certain car, if I have a certain career, if I have certain type of money in my bank account, that's going to make me happy. How many times have you heard of a millionaire committing suicide? So that's proven facts that money cannot make you happy. Material things cannot make you happy. It's all about what is going on inside. I used to see people who you can clearly tell that they were homeless, but they were just so full of light and they just had this positive attitude about themselves. And I used to look at them and be like, how can they be so happy? And look at what it is that they're going through. And now I get it. It's because of what they choose to focus on. It's because it's what they choose to think about, what they choose to meditate on. You could be in the worst position possible in your life, but if your thoughts are of happiness and blessings, for instance, you woke up this morning, there's a lot of people who didn't even get a chance to have that opportunity. So you get the opportunity to wake up, to do today what you didn't do yesterday. That right there is enough just to be happy, to be grateful. So just think about the things that you're really truly thinking upon, because they really truly do make a difference. Like my coach Toya says, what that heart do? What does that heart do? Now, your thoughts definitely do affect your moods and your attitudes. When you're thinking of a good memory, what does that do to you? It makes you smile, makes you reminisce. It's like you can feel yourself in that moment, the happiness that you felt, just all the emotions that you felt behind it. But then look, as soon as you start thinking about a memory of when somebody hurt you, what does that do? It makes your smile drop, makes you go back to that place. It makes you feel those emotions. It makes you start thinking of the things that really don't mean you any good, that don't benefit you whatsoever. I don't know why we just always want to tend to focus on the negative, focus on the negative, focus on the negative. Let's change that narrative and start focusing on the positive. Okay, things didn't work out the way that you had wanted them to. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit up here and be in your feelings? Be upset? We all know being in your feelings never gets you anywhere. Take it from somebody who used to stay in her feelings. It would be in my feelings for a couple of days. And then I would get mad at myself because I was in my feelings. And during that time when I was in my feelings, did anything happen? Was there any progress made? Did I come up with a solution? No. I just wallowed in my misery. But as soon as I started thinking, like, okay, this is not what I expected, this is not what I had planned. Now, what next? What is next to come? As soon as I asked myself that question, it opened my mind up to all these different solutions. Okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. It got me into thinking mode. It got me to moving forward. It got me like, okay, if I'm sitting up here trying to figure out a way out of this problem, then I can't just be soaking in it. You can't have the best. I mean, you cannot have both of those worlds. You cannot be happy but be sad at the same time. You cannot be progressing forward but also stuck. You have to pick a struggle. I'd rather pick the one that's gonna have me moving forward. I'd rather pick the one that's gonna have me with great thoughts. I'd rather have the one that's not gonna have me focusing on my circumstances, because we all know that the things that you go through, it's just temporary. It does not last forever. It's all about how you look at it. You can choose to be sitting there a lot longer than what you were originally supposed to be sitting there if you choose to wallow in it. It all comes down to the choices that you decide to make. So what you thinking on today? If it's negative, how are you going to change that? How are you going to replace them negative thoughts with positive thoughts? Now, it's crazy how Satan really can give you them negative thoughts. Because there's times where I might be thinking of something, I don't know, I might be thinking of the water, and then all of a sudden, here come a thought of something that a person did to me, and I'm like, where did that even come from? I wasn't even thinking on that. That's the trick of the enemy. He tries to keep you distracted. He tries to keep your mind focused on things that he knows is not going to benefit you whatsoever. That he knows that's not going to lead you to where it is that you're supposed to be going. If he keeps your mind so distracted with what people have done to you, how could you focus on what it is that you're supposed to be doing to move forward? Don't fall into that trap. I know for me now, as soon as I start thinking something negative, I might give myself like a millisecond to think about it, but then I'm like, nope, not today. I'm not about to have my whole mood switched around all because of something that happened, not something that's happening like right now. We're in the present. We're not in the past. This is why a lot of us are stuck, because we're sitting over here in the past thinking about what happened, what could have been, what should have been. No, let's think about what can be going on right now. What can we be doing right now? What should we be doing right now? What is going on right now? So choose some thoughts. You are the one who can choose to show up. You are the one who can choose, it's going to be an okay day, or it's going to be a wonderful, great day. Do never, I don't know what I was about to say, do never, that's not a word. Never allow your circumstances to dictate how it is that you're going to show up. Your circumstances are just temporary. Start thinking differently than what you've ever thought before. Start thinking positive. And watch how just in your thought process and how you start thinking positive, watch how that even shifts how your circumstances start moving, how your day starts moving. Just try it.